Hello, everyone. Hope your November is going well. It done went down. It done went down. The temperature, it's already cold. Which I mean, hey, it's fall. It's gonna be cold, but I thought it maybe hover. I guess it technically was in the 60s, but it's definitely not high 60s. So anyway, before we get started, as always, obligatory self promotion. What if I ruled the world? Poem inspired by music, written by me. Always linked in the description. Always linked in the link tree. So there's that. And we're here to talk about Chance the Rapper's best mixtape and worst album. But I'm just going to call the video his best and worst albums. And I actually did a new poetry form today because I feel like it fits this video. So we're going to start off with his. Oh, we're going to start off with his biography first, which I actually remembered to copy and paste this time. So his name is Chancellor, if you didn't know that. Chancellor Jonathan Bennett was born April 16th, 1993, known as Chance the Rapper professionally. He's an American rapper born and raised in Chicago, Illinois. He released his debut mixtape 10 Day in 2012. During one of his high school suspensions, he gained mainstream recognition 2013 following the release of his second mixtape, Acid Rap, which I do want to listen to because I don't know about either one of these for the best and the worst. But uh, I do want to look that up. Um, his third mixtape, Coloring Book 2016, was met with further critical acclaim and commercial success, peaking at number 18 on the Billboard 200 as an independent release, which is great. Uh, he had so much critical acclaim. I talked about that in my short video, and it just anyway. eh, I agree with the critics. It did go down the drain, but anyway. At the 59th annual Grammys, Bennett won Best New Artist and the mixtape became the first streaming-only album to win a Grammy Award, Best Rap Album, while it spawned the single "No Problem" featuring 2 Chainz and Lil Wayne, which won Best Rap Performance. His debut studio album, The Big Day, 2019, peaked at number 2 on the Billboard 200 and saw moderate critical reception from critics and largely negative reviews from fans. I agree. Uh, he announced his release of his second album, Starlight, in July 2025, after a nearly 2-year album rollout that included a legacy tour, various festivals, and sporadic singles and music videos. I would also like to hear that one because this I don't think it can get any worse. I will say that than the Big Day, but I also feel like it'd be better than Coloring Book. That makes sense. But anyway, Coloring Book was his, as I said, third mixtape. It was released May 13th, 2016. The genre is gospel rap. You can stream it on YouTube Music, Apple Music, Pandora, Deezer, iHeartRadio, Spotify, SoundCloud, Amazon Music. The vibes are blessed, experimental vibes. I reviewed Frank Ocean's discography, if you watched that video. And if you did, you know I'm not super big with experimental music. So, let's get into it. I'm going to tell you my favorite songs, my least favorite songs, and my overall opinion. Whatever. Anyway, so my first favorite song is No Problem, which I feel like it's like one of his most popular songs, featuring Lil Wayne and 2 Chainz. It's always been my favorite song by him. I love the mix of the choir and the beat, like with the hip hop beat. I think that both of the features are pretty good. I mean, 2 Chainz is he is kind of like Chance the Rapper, which I'm going to explain later. Like they're in the middle. They're not the top 10. They're not the top bottom either. Although I feel like Chance the Rapper might be at number like 12 after listening to The Big Day in the bottom 10. He'll be a little bit below the top. He's not in the top 10, but he's in the top 15 after listening to that. Yeah, a gospel rap bop. So that one's good for me. I also like the song "Some Drugs," which is the only solo song on the album, which was interesting. Very dreamy and reminiscent, looking back at an old friend and realizing, life changes and you're not the same as you used to be. Very 90s PSA sounding beat, but in a good way, lol. If that makes sense. Like the piano kind of reminds me of that, like it's a piano beat. Juke Jam featuring Justin Bieber and Tawakia. I hope I said that name right. I've never heard of them in my life. Very smooth experimental R&B song. Once again, reminiscing about an old love. And I think the features complement the song. The features sound good and complement the song. Justin Bieber personally, like his personal life, he weird, but he can sing. Okay, I do like his music. I would say his journals R&B era. I enjoy that. I, some of the new stuff, I haven't listened to everything. I do like his song with Quavo that he had. Yummy, I do not like, but yeah, he's alright. Smoke featuring Future, very smooth, experimental. Again, more experimental. Very relatable, trying to escape the stresses of life. Future was okay. I mean, he was mostly on topic. LOL. Mellow song. I do have one least favorite song. Uh, All We Got featuring Kanye West and just Chicago Children's Choir. I think this song didn't sound bad until Kanye came on, and there was a bunch of auto tune. That just it messed it up. And sorry to the kids, but they were sounding rough too. Although I don't know what it is about like children chorus. That's like one song with J. Cole, and it's a little Dirk with the kids singing. It's a little creepy. Kid choirs. I hate to say it because they're children, but it is a little creepy. But I think they auto tuned them too, so they didn't sound good too. Unfortunately, it just turned into like an auto tone mess. And this is back where Kanye was. I think he's still pretty popular, even though he said crazy stuff. But I feel like this is more of his prime. But it wasn't doing it for me. But I didn't really like him in this era with the 808s and heartbreaks. That's what I think this was the era of that with the auto tune. So I wasn't a fan of that. So here's my overall opinion. So for this to be his very work, it's very meh to me, in my personal opinion. I mean, I don't think I ever pegged Chance the Rapper as very lyrical, but I feel like he relied heavily on the vibes and the beats and the features on this mixtape. It, it was kind of like I don't know how to describe it. Like he's in outer space, and like there's the beat's going, but he's like kind of popping in. Like it wasn't really like a solid song to me. There was only one solo song in this whole mixtape with 14 songs. I actually liked it though. I feel like Chance the Rapper is an in between rapper. Oh, I talked about this already. Still, I expected more from a critically acclaimed mixtape. And I know not everything's for everyone. So maybe this is just not for me. So I'll give it a 5 out of 10. I'll just give it half. This is for me. I feel like the big day is going to be even worse. So who knows if I even give it a 1. And surprisingly, I might lower this. What did I give it? I'm going to lower it actually now that I've. So it's not a 1, but it's not very high either. Um, so the big day was released July 26, 2019. The genre was hip hop, pop rap, gospel rap, trap. They could have thrown a couple more genres in there as well. Because it's house, there's dance. What else did I put in my review? Pop, house, dance. We talked about pop. I don't know if I would call it Afro beats or if it's like an. Cause I know Africa's a continent, so I'm like, do I want to say African music? But it kind of sounded like jungle. You know, I think they sampled The Lion King. So if you know what I'm talking about with The Lion King, that's what it sounded like. Yeah, you can stream it on all the same places I already said. The vibes are random, disorganized, and chaotic. Um, let's get into what I liked. I have equal no, I have more that I liked, but it still was crazy. So let's get into it. All Day Long featured John Legend. It was a little generic. I'm gonna say, but it was still fun. A good intro song to get hype. John Legend is singing on it, LOL. And he sounds like a little bit like his old music. You know how people be like when John Legend was black? That's how he sounded, which is crazy because he is black, but you know what I mean. I think he's a good feature for this track. And then my next favorite song is Eternal featuring Smino. I think that's how you say his name. Very old school sounding beat wise in a good way. Very two step worthy for the cookout. And I feel like they kind of mentioned two stepping in the song. The lyrics are very funny, basically saying side chicks and side niggas can't be better than the main partners. So, a fun track. Oh, and another thing, he was definitely in his I Love My Wife era. So that was a big part of it, which I don't really mind. But of course, he did some weird stuff and now he's getting divorced or he is divorced. So it's like very ironic now. Uh, Speaking of that, I Got You. He don't got her no more, but this is the song name. I Got You featuring In Vogue, Ari Lennox, and Kyria Sherd. Very fun 90s love song. Everyone sounds good together. The women. Um, Chance was saying anything. I probably had come from like the bottom of the lyric of the least favorite up to the top again. Yeah, he says a bunch of weird stuff in this album. And we're gonna talk about it. I did copy some lyrics in here. Uh but at least the beat is fun and I like the old school to match the weirdness. I feel like it kind of made sense. It kind of was like French Prince weird vibes. They kind of matched in this song. I will say I could only, of course, In Vogue is a group, so you're gonna hear them together. I could tell Ari Lennox. I don't really listen to Kyria Sherd. I think she's a gospel singer, so I couldn't really tell her voice. But I think they sounded good together. But then you can't really tell everyone apart. But it was a fun song. And then my last favorite song is Big Fish featuring Gucci Man. Lyrics are still iffy, but the beat is good, and Chet's flow is good on this song. You can definitely vibe to this, and Gucci Man does save this song too. So, and Gucci Man is kind of another in between rapper to me. Let's get to my least favorite songs. So, I think this was one of the lead singles or the lead single, "Hot Shower" featuring DaBaby and Made in TYO. I feel like that means Tokyo, but I cannot remember. But it was hot garbage. Let's talk about it. What in the world is Chance talking about on here? LOL, I can't even talk. It sounds ridiculous. The baby sounds the same as he always does. So that's it. And then Made in TYO was okay. So I think I don't think they redeemed the song either. LOL. Here's the chorus. I'm gonna read it to you. Hot damn, hot shower, hot water, hot shower, hot Atlanta, smoking green cauliflower, tangerine, yeah, call her sweet and sour. And my lawyer says it's urgent. I'll call him in an hour. That's the chorus. What kind of chorus is that? It's just gibberish. What is happening? So there's that. And then We Go High. This song started off pretty normal, like nothing exciting. I think it's like a kind of like a pop rap song. And then it got weird at the end. He was just rhyming words with no meaning. And I felt like he must have freestyled it and then never went back to fix it and was like, because what was that? LOL. I said. Let me read some of these lyrics. Where am I? Lord bless my lineage. Let me be the skinniest. Let me get some time with him. Let him know who Kenny is. Children born on the ones you thought like arrows in the hands of a warrior. Boy, I got an extendo with a long nose like Phineas. And I gave him the benefit of the doubt for being an in between rapper, but I just feel like I don't know what was happening. Like even Nelly had like when he was talking about pimp juice and stuff, he still had other songs that weren't as silly. You know what I mean? Here we go. The last song I did not like. Let's Go on the Run featuring Knox Fortune. Once again, just a mess, LOL. Chance the Rapper is trying to sing on this song. He's not on key. Once again, these lyrics are insane. And I'm not sure who Knox Fortune is, but I think from what I can remember, I think they didn't sound bad, but Chance was trying to sing with him. It wasn't working. Here's some of the lyrics. Hey there, lovely sister. He probably said sister. Let me tell you again. Hey there, lovely sister. Won't you come to your mister? I got plans to hug and kiss you. I got plans to hug and hug and hug you. Let's go on the run. Ooh. Let's go on the run. It's time to hit the road. We got one place to go. Ooh, ooh. What was that? And then the way he sings it, it sounds so goofy. Hey, sister, get your mister. Like, it's just. Anyway. And this is song is more pop than rap sonically to me. So, sonically, the whole album is just all over the place because there's all these different things going on. Uh, so, here's my overall opinion. So, this album is definitely more diverse than Coloring Book, but not in a good way. I think this album was so different from Coloring Book that no wonder the diehard fans were mad because I felt like Coloring Book was experimental. Okay, that it was, but this one, I feel like it went too much over. Like it wasn't experimental, but it was also like trying to do too much. Um, like I think it's good to switch it up, but I think it was too switched up. Um, and why is Shawn Mendes on this album? Of all people, I can't understand Justin Bieber. He like to be with the black people. I can't. He does. But Shawn Mendes, he didn't sound bad, but I was like, what is he doing? Uh, and why is there more pop, dance, house, and like Afro beats, sounding stuff on the same album? And yeah, I gave Chance a pass for being an in between rapper before, but he was really bad on here. He was just saying a bunch of gibberish. I actually downgraded my vote. Um, I guess love made him goofy because he wasn't making a lot of sense. It's like I'm glad it didn't all sound the same, but it also sounded so different that it wasn't like a common theme sonically. And I feel like that you have to have a good balance with that. Like you have to have a good balance of like, having the same theme and having similar songs sound like beats, but not making it all sound like one big thing and making it meh. He just went the opposite direction and just made it everything so different that it was like, what is going on with this album? Lyrically, it is mostly about his now ex-wife, like I already mentioned, which is very ironic now because the whole album was for her, and he was saying gibberish the whole time. So I'm gonna give this one a 2 out of 10. I originally gave it a 3, but I thought about it and I was like, no, I should downgrade that. So it's not a 1 because I did enjoy some of the songs, but it's just all over the place, like I said. And I can understand the hate for it now, lol. But I mean, he did try because this album is 22 songs, and I could not wait to be done. That's not a good sign. I also felt that way about the first album because it was kind of meh, and he was 14 songs, so that was long enough. And then this one was 22 songs, so that was too long. And I think if he wanted to do the pop rap, I think he should have just. I really think he should have the "I Got You" song. There was another song that sounded 90s ish too. And I think In Vogue was also on that song. And he should have just. I feel like he should have just done the 90s thing. I feel like that would have been cool. That would have been fun. He could have said his gibberish. I feel like it might have fit better. But yeah, I guess he tried. I'm interested in hearing acid rap and which I feel like will probably be very experimental again. And I want to hear his new album Starline because I'm like, it could only go up from here, right? So I wrote a limerick because I figured like this makes the most sense with all of the insanity that I had to listen to. So I'm gonna put the form in the description, but a limerick is a rhyme, humorous, or nonsense poem of 5 lines which originated in Limerick, Ireland. And it's a set rhyme scheme of A, with a syllable structure of 99669. And then they have some rules about having it be a strong or a weak rhyme. I don't know if I feel like I probably told y'all about rhyming. I just do what I can. I'm not doing nothing extra. That's why I don't like sonnets. Like to really do them how they're supposed to. You gotta stress, unstress. You gotta do all this stuff. I don't mind challenging myself, but sometimes some things are too much. So I just rhymed. I don't know if it's strong or a weak rhyme. It is what it is. So it's called Cold Shower. It's inspired by Hot Shower, and I'm gonna be honest. I did not listen to that song while I wrote this. I just have it seared permanently, mentally scarring my brain. So I just listen to it in my head. So here it is. Hot garbage, hot mess, how tragic. I wonder how worse it can get and why. You had so much hype, so so much, then you had to blow it. You could have. Oh, I messed up. What could I say? You could have. I wrote this morning. Let's say I'm gonna mess up the rhyme. I mean, I'm gonna mess up the syllables, but I messed it up. Okay. Then you had to blow it, and you could have aimed for the sky. So then it rhyme. But I definitely messed up the syllables. But yeah, that's how I feel about it. I feel like I don't know what he was saying. I guess he just wanted to do everything, and it's like sometimes you can't do everything. Sometimes you do have to pick a theme and a sound and just go with it. You know what I mean? And I feel like if he had maybe if he put it in half and it was like 11 or 14 songs like the mixtape, maybe it kind of being random. It's not as long, but it's 22 songs long. Oh, and there's some skits in there. I only listened to one because I was like, I don't want to listen to these skits. I didn't even really feel like. I guess they led into some songs, so it made sense, but it didn't really make any sense to me. With Tiana Taylor's album, at least they kind of like have a theme throughout the whole album, but they were just random. And then he had a song with Pretty V. She's a comedian, and I can't stand her. So the song was fine before she came on the song, and I was like, "What is happening?" But it was 2016, wasn't it? So that sounds like her prime. So oh, it was 2019. Um, but yeah, I feel like she was more popular back then, but it was just a hot mess. So, what is your favorite Chance the Rapper mixtape or album? Do you like his new album? Do you like Acid Rap better? Do you like Coloring Book? Did you love the Big Day? Are you the one person who loves the Big Day? Which you know what? Maybe somebody did really love the Big Day, and it's all based on your personal opinion. Obviously, I don't like it. So, let me know what your thoughts are. Do you like Chance the Rapper? Do you not like him? I do like Chance the Rapper, but yeah, we got to see what this new album's like because this was hard. But yeah, let me know what your thoughts are, and I will see you all next week.